Hi y'all, if you're new here, my name is Mollie Mason. I am a holistic nutritionist and I am on a mission to help women feel comfortable and confident in their bodies and show up for their brightest lives. If you want more freedom and joy in your wellness journey, you're in the right place. Hit subscribe below and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss new videos. So look, if you're new here, if you don't know my story, I have been through quite the journey with my own body. I spent many years struggling with disordered eating and just really hating my body as it was. Then 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. I have struggled with hormone issues, chronic illness, thyroid issues, and I gained a lot of weight in a very short amount of time and had to learn how to navigate life in a much bigger body. I can truly confidently say, sitting here right now in a much bigger body than I used to be in, I love my body more now than I ever did then. And it's because of the practices that I'm gonna share with you in this video. Maybe you're like me and you have gained weight, you're in a bigger body and you're learning how to feel comfortable in the skin that you're in. Maybe to the rest of the world, your body doesn't look any different, but you are struggling on the inside with symptoms, the way that you feel. You hate your body because it has failed you, because you're struggling with illness. Or maybe you just are like most women of this society and you have just been told your whole life that you can't love the skin that you're in, that you're not worthy in the skin that you're in. Wherever you're coming from, wherever you're at, my hope is just to encourage you to step into the body that you're in from a place of love, of stewardship, and to show up in your life loving what you've been given. So as I reflect on the journey I've been on over the last 5 years, I am going to share with you 5 tangible, simple, practical steps I've taken to love my body. Number 1, I separated my body from my being. You are not your body. Ask yourself, who am I? What makes up who I am? You, what makes up who you are is your heart, your thoughts, your mind, your work, the people that you love, the way that you love them, the experiences that you have. That is who you are. One of the first things that I had to do when I gained 50 pounds in the course of a couple of months and I just hated my body. I was so uncomfortable in the body that I was in. I had to continually recite this mantra to myself and remind myself, I am not my body. Say it with me. I am not my body. Mollie Mason, who I am, the value that I have, the worth that I bring to this world, the power that is in me. I am not my body. Now, you have to decide for yourself who you are. You have to define that for yourself, but I would encourage you, talk about this, pray about this, think about this, write this out. Really ask yourself, who am I? What value do I add? What makes up who I am? What do I bring to the world around me? There really is something powerful about reminding yourself of that. If you're struggling with discontent thoughts about your body, if you're struggling to be comfortable in the skin that you're in, just remind yourself, I am not my body. My body does not define me. It is not who I am, what I have to offer. Separate your body from your being. Number 2, I covered my body with gratitude. This is one of the other early practices that I learned after my weight gain. I really had to be very intentional about the practice of gratitude for my body. I would pray it out loud all day long. I would thank the Lord for my body, for the gift that it is. I would write it out every morning. I would write on my gratitude list and my body was on that list every day. I literally said out loud often throughout the day, I am thankful for a body that works so hard for me. Because even though my body was getting it wrong and it was causing me a heck ton of issues, I am thankful for a body that works so hard for me. Whatever it is of frustrations you have over your body, you are still living in a body. You have been given the gift of a body. Whatever is wrong or broken with it, however it appears to the world, however it does or doesn't work, you have the gift of a body. It is a vessel that you get to wake up every day and breathe in and do life in and do the purposeful work you were created for in. I've said this many a times, you cannot heal a body that you hate. And you cannot love something that you're not grateful for. You've got to start from that place. If you want to experience physical healing, or if you just want to feel more comfortable in your body, don't think that you're gonna get to that place by hating your body there. That's not gonna happen. Number 3, I nourished my body. Obviously, you're gonna hear from me, the nutritionist. I'm gonna tell you to feed it well. Here's what I think is important about this. I learned that loving my body is not a feeling. I think when we talk about like, love yourself, love your body, we think that means looking in the mirror and being like, dang girl. We think that that means this feeling of contentment and satisfaction, but love is an action. It is a verb. It is not a feeling. Now, if you listen to the Let's Get Naughty podcast, you know my husband and I are marriage counselors. We love talking about marriage, and this is something that we talk about all the time with the couples that we counsel. We've learned this so much in our own marriage. Love is an action. It's not a feeling. I think that one of the biggest lies that we have about marriage is that it has to be this feeling of deep, passionate love every day. But loving your partner, loving your spouse is choosing to wake up every day and choose them, giving those selfless actions of love. And a lot of times the feeling follows, right? Like, I'm gonna guess if you're married, it's because at one point you were madly and deeply in love with your spouse in the way that we romantically think about those feelings of love, but maybe you don't feel them every day. Sometimes it's that action of love that the feelings then follow. And I had to learn this with my body too. I thought that feeling love for my body would lead to the actions of caring for it, but I know it's the other way around. Loving your body isn't just feeling like it looks acceptable. It is choosing to honor it, to steward it, to care for it. And a huge piece of that is nourishing it. I could go into like 1,000 points about the mindset of nourishing your body. A huge part of this for me was really focusing on adding nourishment and fuel into my body instead of obsessing over what I shouldn't be eating, what I was trying to deprive my body of, what I didn't deserve, the things that I felt guilty about. Focusing on the nourishment, the adding of fuel, this fuel that my cells literally need to function, giving my body what it needs to feel capable of waking up in the morning and showing up for my life. That was such an important piece for me. And what I noticed is even when my body didn't change, like to the outside world, my body was not changing. I was still the same size. But when I was actively choosing the actions of loving my body, when I was caring for my body, I then felt more comfortable in my own skin when I care for my body, when I feed it well, when I nourish it, when I take care of it. Obviously, you love something that you take care of, and you take care of something that you love. Figure out what that means for you, but take pride and joy and enjoy the process of nourishing your body, of caring for it, of fueling it, of moving it. Care for your body, the action of caring for your body, and that love, that feeling of love will follow. Number 4, I shifted my focus elsewhere. This one might sound, I don't know, a little out there, but this was actually, I believe, a truly, really very important part of my healing journey. When I was in the deepest, darkest point of just despising my body, my thoughts about my body consumed me. I spent so much time and energy thinking, filling my days with this obsession over my body. It was so important for me to drop this obsession by getting excited about other things in my life. After I got sick, I spent a couple of years just obsessing. All of my time and energy was poured into taking in all the information I could about how to heal my body. Literally just like so much time and energy and mental capacity, everything was being poured into how can I get better? And then I just reached a breaking point, like I cannot keep doing this. I know a huge part of it was that the Lord was just calling me to surrender. And one of the things that helped me do that was stepping away and just like taking a break, from trying to change my body and just living in my body. For me, a piece of that was when we bought 2 houses on the same day and did 2 huge home renovations. That became a very demanding piece of that season of my life. I was living and breathing this home design and house renovations and coordinating contractors and like everything that went into that. If you've ever renovated a house, you know how much that consumes you. And honestly, that was actually so healing for me because I just needed to be forced into like taking a step back from obsessing over my body and trying to fix it and change it and spending all of my time and energy thinking about it and getting excited about something else and pouring my energy and my time and my thoughts into something else. It was so healing for me, and I really felt positive changes happening in my body when I just like decided to like step back from the obsession. That's gonna look different for you. You're probably not gonna renovate 2 houses at the same time. I don't recommend that for most people, but figure out what lights you up, like what gets you excited. How can you serve people around you? How can you shift the focus away from your own dang body and focus on something else that brings you energy, that lights you up, that can consume your thoughts and your heart, and just get excited about it? Drop the obsession. Pour your energy elsewhere. Number 5 is absolutely positively the most important thing I had to do. I had to learn that it is a journey. I had to choose to remember and redefine for myself that loving my body is a daily, sometimes hourly choice. It is not a destination. We often believe that self-love is this destination, this arrival point. We say, I am gonna love my body when I get to X weight, when I can fit into these jeans again, when I can run a half marathon, when I can do X, Y, and Z. I'm going to feel more comfortable in my skin when this happens. Guess what? You won't. You will still fight the lies that come from the enemy to say that we are not worthy. Unless you learn to change the narrative in your mind, there is no destination. And even if you get there, this was actually really important for me. Over the last few years, as I was implementing the first 4 things that I mentioned, I started to experience a ton of freedom. I started to not obsess over my body. I started to just feel okay showing up in the world as I was unapologetically, and all of these things started to shift. I started to feel so much more comfortable, and then I would have a day where I didn't feel good. I had a day where I struggled, and I would think, oh my gosh, apparently I'm a fraud, I'm a fake, like I lost it all, it's gone. No, it's not. It is a daily, hourly choice to fight the lies in our head and to choose the truth. One of my favorite scriptures in Romans, do not be conformed to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. You have to renew your mind. You have to not conform to the patterns of this world, which is diet culture, which is telling you that you're not worthy. Every thought that gets bombarded in you every day that tells you that you are not enough, those are the patterns of this world. Do not conform to them, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. We have to take thoughts captive. We have to grab the lies, identify them as lies, and replace them with truth. And so a huge piece of that is just understanding that this is not a destination, this is a daily choice. Loving my body is a daily choice to wake up every day and say, I will not succumb to the lies that I am not worthy as I am, that my body is the most important thing about me, that my body is the most valuable thing I have to offer to the world, that my body defines who I am. I am gonna choose today to not believe those lies, and I'm gonna choose to care for my body as it is, to know that it matters, that it's worthy, and that it's kind of irrelevant. I truly mean it when I say I love my body now more than I ever did. And it's not because I've arrived at this destination, and that doesn't mean that I never struggle. It means that when those thoughts come into my mind, I identify them as the lies that they are, I stop them there, I replace them with truth, and I instead choose to move forward in a more helpful, productive, real, healthy thought pattern. That is the destination. It's not that we never fight those lies, temptations. We still live in a world that tells us that we're not worthy. We're going to have those thoughts. It's choosing not to believe them. It's choosing not to give in to them. And it's choosing not to give all of our power over to something that is so trivial, like our bodies. This is a daily choice. So don't think of it as a destination. Don't fall for that lie that when you get here, this whole problem will resolve itself. Wake up, like, no, identify, choose right now to say, you know what? This is a daily fight that I'm gonna choose for the rest of my life. Loving the skin that I'm in, knowing how little of importance it is in the life that I'm living, like choosing to put it in its right place amongst many other more important priorities. That's just gonna be a daily fight that I'm gonna wake up and choose. That's gonna be a daily choice that I make. Number 5, remember that it's a journey. Honestly, this has been such a journey for me. It's hard to try to just like put it into 5 things I did to love myself. Like, I know that it's not that simple, but taking some time to reflect on what helped me, trying to think of these tangible things that did make a shift for me. I just hope that it helps you. I hope even just seeing me sitting here on this couch as I am, really truly feeling like I am living a purposeful, important life and my body is irrelevant to that. I hope that it helps you. If this encouraged you, make sure you hit that thumbs up. Tell YouTube that you liked this video. Share it with a friend who you know needs to hear it. I really mean it when I say I want to create a generation of women who have a better relationship with their bodies, who have a better, healthier approach to wellness. Know that in all the ways that I teach you how to steward your body well, I'm always coming from this place of helping you step into freedom. Of course, I've got so many more videos to help you in loving your body. Check out this playlist right here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.